All right. Out here this time with Lila. Lila, here. Yes. Good girl, mama. Good. Yes. Good job, baby. Lila, sit. Lila, stag. Yes, break. Good. Oh, good girl. Lila, sit. Yes. Good job, baby. Good. Lila, down. Nope. Down. Down. Lila, stay. Good to do some sit stays, some down stays with distractions. You probably hear another dog. It's one of our pups, Echo. Yes, break. Good job. Lila's got some nice looking like obedience. Now it looks pretty powerful. She's probably smelling some cats over here right now. It's always good, just let them do what they're gonna do, you know? Let them explore, let them sniff stuff. And then another thing that I always like to kind of try to tell, you know, the folks that work with us and people more generally is that you don't have to constantly drill obedience, you know? Even if you are trying to have them learn some stuff while they're out with you on the walk, or you're trying to maintain some obedience, doesn't mean you need to drill them over and over again. I mean, you can just enjoy your walk. And then also that if they're sniffing something, you can just release them off to go back sniffing. So you can see like she's having a really great time right now just sniffing things. So I don't necessarily have to like make her sit when she comes back to me in a recall. As long as she pays attention to me and she comes to me, then I can just tell her break, right, which is her release word, and I can send her right back to the thing she was smelling. Lila, here. Yes, good. Unless she wants one, which I think she does right now. Good girl. Good job. Hopefully you can see that. Good job. Break. And then yeah, use break. Let her right back off. Back into sniffing. It's an easy way to maintain recall, but also to like have a good time with your dog instead of making, you know, walks annoying. You can see one of the trainer over there. Might have been out of range of the GoPro, but Lila was interested, but not reactive, which that's something we've been working on with Lila is reactivity. Lila, here. And then you should be able to recall here. Lila, sit. Yes, break. Good girl. And you don't have to reward, say, with like treats or really anything every time. You can do a variable reward schedule where there's like an interval. Oh, we got a truck coming up here. They should be able to skirt around us here. Yeah, they see us. It's fine. We'll wave. That's a good job, Lila. I just had her walk loose leash next to me there. Although that's not a bad, it's not really a bad time to use like the heel command. Lila, hip. Lila, sit. Lila, stay. Yes, break. Good. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Good girl. Lila's super smart. Super smart. A+ student, this one. Good girl. It's a pretty common combination with a shepherd. Lila, here. Yes, good girl. Pretty common combination with a shepherd that they would be really super sharp and smart and stuff like that, but also a tad bit reactive with people or with dogs. And so with that kind of reactivity, what you got to do is you got to break the pattern. So you got to pattern interrupt, and then you also need to, it's always good to give them like some alternative behavior to do, but mostly, you know, like taking them out, walking them around, letting them sniff. You know, they're not like super tight and rigid all the time. You got to think about like, well, why are they reactive? Why are dogs reactive? Why would specifically, say for instance, like a German Shepherd be reactive? Well, I mean, there's some temperament stuff, sure, but it's also, it's genetic and breed related, right? So why do we have over and over again in our program a whole bunch of reactive German Shepherds? I mean, we have dozens a year. Dozens and dozens a year that come in that are reactive German Shepherds. It's something we deal with on a regular basis, or just reactive Shepherds of some kind. Lila, here. Lila, sit. Lila, stay. And like, why would that be the case? Lila, down. Lila, stay. Why would that be happening if it wasn't breed related? There could be some alternative hypotheses, but in this case, that's the most parsimonious by far, right? So, how do you deal with it? Well, since it is, nope, down. Nope, Lila, down. Sit, Lila, down. Stay. Since it is breed related and temperament related, very often it can be helped by simply giving outlets. So they're reactive, they're bark, 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 they wanna, you know, go after things or people. We'll give them some outlets like this. Take them out, and don't take them out with them like, you know, on your heel the whole time, heel, 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 heel. And if they look at somebody, you're like, ugh! You know, you freak out, like, oh no. Give them this kind of freedom, you know, use like a flexi lead or something like that, or drop them on a long leash, like on a long line. And we encourage people to do that after the dog goes home, because that is what the off-leash training is for. Yes, break, good girl, oh, good. And then, like in this case, I don't have to give her a reward. The reward is that she's released, right? Why? Because she's a reactive German Shepherd. She wants to smell things, she wants to do things, she's interested in stuff. And the more outlets she has, with real freedom, and like a 15 to 20 minute walk can make a big difference. It can really tire a dog out if you incorporate a little bit of, like, you know, training work into it and stuff like that. That makes it even more so. So Lila, good girly, yeah, whoop, whoop, whoop. She loves to play too. Yeah, good girly. Lila, heel. Nope, heel. Good. You probably can't see the whoop, whoop, whoop. Nope. Heel. There we go. Just needs to be tuned up slightly for that one. Lila, heel. Yes. Lila, heel. Good heel. Lila, sit. Sit. Good girly. And again, you want them to be able to sit wherever they are. So side, in front, wherever. She's just chilling beside me now. Good girl. Are you smart girl, Lila? Yeah, look at that tail go. It's a good girl. But that's one thing, is just giving more freedom can really help with reactivity, as long as you put rules on the freedom. And that's where you can use things like, you know, prong collars or e-collars to your advantage. Once you've taught them some kind of like conditioned punisher, like nope, and they realize they can escape or avoid the pressure from the e-collar or from the good girl, so sweet, break, break. You want to see them release like that, right? When you say break, break, good. If they're still feeling like they're in a command, you know, break them again, get them to go somewhere and do something. But yeah, you can use the e-collar and the prong collar to your advantage. And once you've taught them to escape it and then to avoid it, then you'll need to use it much less frequently, but that requires that you teach them what it means, and also that it's at a high enough level. Lila, here. For them, whatever that might be, which for Lila, sitting at like a 45-ish. I've only used it once or twice here, but it needs to be high enough that it works for them. And you'll know if it works by their reaction. So you don't want any kind of crazy, you know, yelping or anything like this. That's no bueno. But like a little bit of like an ear twitch, right? You want to see that they felt it, and then it's just going to depend on distraction level. So here we got a good example. I'll ask him to come over. I don't think Lila's met him. Jaden, come here. What happened to your shirt?
Emma ripped it. She got mad.
Nuh-uh. Nope. Nope. Lila, sit.
Nah, I'm kidding. I did this to mine.
You did that to your shirt?
It's already broken. I had a hole in it. So I told Emma, I'm just gonna break it out. Okay.
Well, sorry about my nephew's shirt there, but either way, you got to see she's barking a little bit, right? Here, Jaden, come this way. Nope. Nope.